Inspiring messages,
Months into the pregnancy, I had just felt this lump in the right.
making a difference.
Say Anne-Marie, when the right season comes.
It's life, health, family, marriage, divorce, and so much more.
Today is separation in marriage. On set is my dear friend Gemma.
Heart of a Woman, every Tuesday at 9 p.m. right here on TIN.
Victim of satanic attack since we had a very good life.
Heart of a Woman.
From my heart to yours. Bye-bye.
Welcome back to Heart of a Woman, and on set with me is my dear friend Reverend Zelia, the Gannes woman that's always working. I don't know how you do it, eh? Children, husband, book, Bible school, and you're studying and your job. We didn't even talk about that, guidance counselor. Then you have this woman's non-profit organization. What's the name of it?
Beauty for Ashes
Ministries. Beauty for Ashes Ministries. And we had a beautiful conference
in June.
Yeah,
but remember the first one we did in Trinidad.
What are we going to talk about that? So before we went to break, we were talking about Jaysha.
Yes.
And Jaysha, and then I realized that her little sister is on her heels right now. Yes. She's doing well, but what people may not know, that you were very athletic at school as well.
Yes, I was an athlete.
You was a runner.
That's
yeah.
Right. But I was involved in so many. I played netball. I played basketball at school. I played volleyball. I did everything that, because it was just something that you wanted to do. And one of the things that I did in athletics was I tried all the sports. The only thing I didn't do was shot put. I tried javelin. I threw the discus, but my pet was the long jump, the 1 and the 2. And then I branched off to the 400 meter. I did everything because I said to myself, I can do it. Right. I challenged myself. I pushed myself. And one time I ran the 1,002, the 800 meter. I won the race, and after I said, I'm not going to run that in Trinidad. I just wanted to prove a point that I could do it.
You did it.
And that was just something I mean. But my pet event was really the 400 meter and the long jump. Being able to do those events, so.
And what I always forget the second girl. Johnny. That's my daughter's goddaughter. Gosh, that's not like a real old shit. Daughter's goddaughter.
Yes.
What sport is she in?
Well, she is really an athlete in terms of the 100, the 200, the long jump. That's something. She's a national record holder for primary school, as well as the Hampton Games and the CUT Games, the Caribbean Union of Teachers. But now we place her in football because she kicks everything in the house. So we started putting her into football because she has a passion for soccer or football, as they say. And this year we allowed her to play with the school team, and the coaches are so amazed because it's like, this girl has passion. She has been the leading now playing football on a team, and she's the leading goal scorer. The first game she scored 3 goals, and then she came off halftime because she was so tired. She wasn't accustomed to this, but that's the passion that she has. And, she loves football, she loves athletics.
And your son, is he doing
anything? Jesse loves to do whatever Johnny does.
Okay.
So she goes to athletic training, he was going with her. But right now his passion is swimming. And so we are getting him into doing swimming. But he said as a child, while going to training with Johnny, that he wanted to throw the javelin, but just he's so small and skinny. Yeah. But he still believes that he can
He's still good. But you remember, you said, if you say you can do it, you never can tell because he's still young.
And I tell them that there is no word as never.
Exactly.
There's a word that I will try, because it's a statement that I always say to them. Never say never, but always say I will try. And in trying, you may accomplish the goal that you want to accomplish.
Your husband shared with me some time ago that he loved sports as a boy, and he would. So you see,
My
there are
husband
things
he was a footballer and an athlete.
And I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think the combination of us
Exactly.
has been able to produce Johnny.
Exactly. Yeah, the whole gang. So you guys must be very busy.
Oh yes.
Dropping off and picking up. And how do you do it? Because you have all these things going on. The foundation, the teaching.
Let me give you a regular
a day in the life of Zelia.
Okay, so basically between at 5 to 6, we wake them up at 5 o'clock. Well, no, we kind of push it back to 6, but we wake them up at 5:30, according to how the day is. And we have devotions. We always start with that time of prayer with the children. We don't ever start the day without it. So that's what. So by 6 o'clock, 6:30 for the latest, our devotion is over. They must pray. We teach them to pray. We go through the Word of God. We let them explain what they think. We go through it. That's how they begin their day. They get ready for school because you have to be out of the house by at least 7:30.
To catch traffic.
Right? Off to school. Then typically on a Monday, Jasha would have had table tennis practice, which goes until 7 o'clock in the night. Johnny has athletics practice on a Monday as well. That goes until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So this is what happens. They are dropped off at school, and then you pick Johnny up, you drop her to athletics. I stay with her at athletics. Jasha, on the other hand, because she's older, before my husband would have gone with her. So I would have been the one sitting with Johnny all through while he would be with Jasha. He was one of her coaches as well.
Right, that's with the table tennis.
With the table tennis, and she would have been there. And then, you have Jessie, but in the meantime, this is what happened. You are with them. Then you pick up Johnny from, I may have the vehicle, pick up Johnny from athletics, and then we go now to pick up Jasha. We sit and we wait until, everything is finished. Then we head home. You get home now, and if I did not cook the morning, that's the time I start cooking. And so they are bathing, they are doing homework, I'm cooking. Everybody begins to eat. Then we pray. You get to your bed. That's just basically the typical, but that has been the routine. So it was for Johnny, Monday, Wednesday, Friday was, Monday and Wednesday, for Johnny. Jasha was every day. It was Monday, Wednesday, Friday. When it's busy season with athletics, table tennis, it's every single day, including Saturdays.
So what time you have for Mr. Des-Vignes?
What time I have
or yourself?
Oh, Mr. Des-Vignes or myself, we find the time.
Okay.
We find the time. We find that time for ourselves. They go to sleep, we find our time. We sit, we talk. We find time in the midst of the weekend for ourselves.
Yes.
Right?
But that's important.
But there was one time that we didn't do anything because of their age. We kind of concentrate on molding and getting them into that frame of mind. And there comes a time when you have to sacrifice that little time of going out or doing anything just to kind of build until you see that they're on a safe footing.
But as a couple, you don't always have to go out to be together.
No, but when I mean go out.
Yeah.
Go out in the sense that you don't do anything with yourself, because sometimes you are just very tired. But at least you have that opportunity to talk. I used to do my husband this wickedness. Probably I'm letting it out now. But
it's good for the soul, confess.
But about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, that's the time that I'm getting up. I'm going to the bathroom, I'm hitting him, I said, okay, let's talk now. I wake him up at that time and I'm talking and I'm so like, okay, this is what happened. And he's like, But I said, but he's not listening to me.
If you remember that in the morning.
Yeah, and then I'm saying, remember, sometimes he doesn't remember, but he used to say, let me sleep now, let's sleep and then we'll talk later. Yes. But I said, but I just want to share. But I used to do him that because at that time, my mind is ready to go.
Yeah, the ideas, you have all the ideas.
So then I get
and I know you're full of ideas.
I go and I start documenting and doing what I have to do, because after I finish speak to him, I realized he hasn't heard half of what I said because he's sleeping.
So we're hearing now about your hectic life, but in all of that, you had another setback.
Oh yes, I did.
Let's talk about that.
Well, in 2013, this was one of the major things that kind of rocked me. That's when I was diagnosed with bladder cancer, and it all began when at I got up one day And I went to urinate. And in urinating, I saw blood. And I just said, okay, what's this? But it's not my period. And I said, okay. But I had a slight back pain with it. And I called a girlfriend of mine and she said, probably it's kidney stones kind of thing. Check it and see, but then it's not painful. I saw it. It continued during the day. So, but this then was...
The pain continued?
Not a pain, just
passing.
Yeah. So I said, but this is blood. And then I called the doctor to go to the doctor. And she, but this was just about Easter time.
Right.
So this happened the Good Friday, actually. She said she wouldn't be open on the Saturday. The Sunday I went to church and they were praying and I just said, well, pray for me. I just said, I didn't explain everything. The Monday, the doctor wasn't open. The Tuesday, because, this is Easter Monday, Easter Tuesday. The Wednesday, I went to her.
But what, were you in pain?
No, I just had a slight back pain. That was it was just a back pain that was annoying. Which, when in retrospect now, I remember just before that, I used to be feeling a little bit tired. And I would check my pressure and everything else, and my pressure was good. And I said, okay, it's probably all these things that I'm doing. I should probably need some rest. And, but that was just it. But I was still up and down. And I went to the doctor on the Wednesday, and I called my girlfriend Sherry, and I said, come with me I need to go to the doctor. This is something that I'm not sure what it is. I went to the doctor, and the doctor said to me, give us a sample. You put the sample. They said, no, that's not blood. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
So I said, can you call my girlfriend inside to see this? Because she didn't know. She just knew what I said. And she said, but that looks like blood to me. And the doctor was like, no. And they did a thorough exam. And they said, I don't know what this is, but you need to do a blood test. But all I think you need to drink water and cranberry juice. That will pass up because it doesn't look anything. It's nothing serious.
And that was in what, 2013?
That was March 2013, actually. And and while we were leaving, the doctor said to me, you probably interfered with the people and the fagwa. And I was like, what kind of
and what?
Fagwa? Which fagwa, the Indian thing that they spray the abia, the purple stuff, because she found it looked something like that. I don't know, but I found it was a strange thing that a doctor would say to me, and my girlfriend and I watched each other, and we left. The Friday, so this is now the Wednesday. The Friday, I needed to go to Trinidad because Jaysha had an inter-Caribbean tournament in Trinidad, and we support the children. My husband was there. So the Friday, I was supposed to go this Thursday, but I was so weak the Thursday that I said to him, I'm not bothering. I would go on standby on the Friday.
And all this time you're still passing?
Yeah. And I was passing it, but it wasn't bad then. But you were passing it. But I was just feeling weak. And so the Friday morning I got up and I fought. And I said, no, you know what? I would go at 1 o'clock. This is just too much for me. Let me rest. Because you're feeling tired.
Yes.
So the midday sailing, I took the 2 children because I had the vehicle. And I had the 2 children with me, the younger ones. And I went to the port. Now, the port was so filled with people who were going back from Easter who didn't have it. And I was like, what is this? How am I going? I missed my sailing and now I have to contend with this. And I went and I stood.
Not feeling well.
Not feeling well. And I stood there, and what I did is, I saw a friend while there and I said, listen to me. The person was just passing. I said, could you take the keys for my vehicle? Keep my 2 children. Because I don't want them in this rush. And if I get through, I will call you and you would bring the vehicle and the children for me. And the person said, no problem. And while I'm there, I was not the first in the line, but people start pushing when it was time to open the gate. And I got pushed right in the front of the line to get in the port. I was the first in the port. And I was like, wow, this is God. I got in, and as I got in, I got everything. I called the person. They brought around the vehicle for me and the children, and we got on. While on the boat, I wanted to go to the bathroom, but I was so weak. But I couldn't let anybody know. I'm holding on and I'm walking. I went. I got to Trinidad and I told my husband, you see, this thing is like it's getting worse.
Yeah.
We went to the tournament, but that day I remember, and I'm just sharing one of the incident where how serious this became.
Mm-hmm. But see, it's always sad when we have to take a break at such a critical point, but we must take a break. And please remember, because sister is very young, so sometimes so many thoughts. So we're taking a break and we'll be right back.
No problem.